In this video, we will go over the user administration and implementing it into your Xenon project, whether it's creating users or assigning authorization levels. Xenon's user administration is supported in both the Engineering Studio and the Service Engine, both with internally created users and users from external sources. For this project, we will be creating most of our users in a standard project in the Engineering Studio. To create a user, navigate to the User Administration module in the project tree and expand it. Here there will be two options, Users and User Groups. For now, we will focus on the Users module. Select the Users module and in its detail view, click the New Users button, which will bring up the user configuration prompt. In this prompt, we will modify the properties in the Users, Change Password, and Authorization Levels tabs. Under the Users tab, there are a few options available for user customization, though we will only focus on the following. Username. This is what a user will log in with. As a note, usernames are case-sensitive and must be unique. The maximum length of a username is 20 characters. Full name. This will be used mainly as an identification of a user, commonly used as a user's real name. User type. These user types assign what types of rights a user gets when it comes to creating, editing, and deleting users. A user can only carry out actions depending on what authorization level they are assigned. A power user can create and edit other users, excluding administrator users, which are able to create and edit all user types. We will enter operator under username, operator user under full name, and keep the user type as its default selection. Click the Change Password tab. Here we can create a password for this new user. All passwords by default must be 6 characters long with at least 1 capital letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 number, and 1 symbol. The password requirements can be changed in the project properties. Next, we will navigate to the Authorization Levels tab. Authorization levels are used to prevent specific users from interacting with different functionalities in Xenon, whether it's in the Engineering Studio or the Service Engine. Elements, specific modules, and more can be assigned an authorization level. These authorization levels are not hierarchical. This means that if a user only has authorization level 3, it will not be able to interact with elements or modules with authorization levels 1 or 2 and must be assigned these additional levels. For this user, it will be assigned authorization levels 1 and 2. From here, we will implement these levels to elements and general project functionalities for both the Engineering Studio and the Service Engine. Elements are able to be assigned an authorization level that may prohibit unauthorized users from accessing its functionalities. A common use of locking screen elements is locking buttons from being used by an unauthorized user. In this project, I have a few buttons in the navigation bar which allows me to switch to different screens, log in and out, reload, and exit the project. I want to make it so only users with authorization level 1 can click and execute the exit button. Changing the authorization levels of any element or functionality must be done in the Engineering Studio. To change the authorization level of the exit button, click it, then navigate to the Properties window on the bottom of the Engineering Studio. Select the Authorization/e-signature category. From here, you can change the authorization level by selecting it from the Authorization Level/Level for Perform drop-down list. Each element can only have a single authorization level linked to it. Here we will select Authorization Level 1. The authorization levels for elements only apply in the Service Engine and not the Engineering Studio. On the other hand, Project Functionality Authorization applies to both the Engineering Studio and the Service Engine. These changes, among others, are all done within the project properties. The project properties are accessed by selecting a project's name in the project tree. Once selected, the Properties window on the bottom left will change to show the project's properties. From here, select the User Administration category. The properties available will allow you to rename authorization levels, change function authorizations, or even implement external logins. Password requirements can also be edited within the User Administration properties, which includes the minimum password length, special characters, digits, and capital or lowercase letters. Not only that, I can have Xenon automatically log a user off after they're idle for a certain amount of time. These properties only apply to the internal Xenon users and not the externally sourced users. External users can be implemented in the User Administration properties under the External Source for Users section. Implementing external users is fairly simple on the Xenon side, as all it requires is the user source, the provider, and a username or password if necessary. While the authorization levels for these users are managed through Xenon's user groups, the credentials for the external users are managed by the Identity Service Provider. Now that our users and authorization levels are configured, we will start the Service Engine. When the Service Engine is launched, the system user is automatically logged in, though it does not have any authorization levels. Were I to try to click the Exit button, which has authorization level 1, it will prompt me to log in. For this project, I have made a login screen where I can enter my user credentials. Were I to click Cancel rather than entering my credentials, a warning message will tell me that I'm unable to execute the function. While I could log in from the previous prompt, I'd like to log in directly from my login screen, which can be accessed by clicking this button. I will enter my credentials for the operator user and click OK. Since this user has authorization level 1, I can execute the function of this button. More information on the user administration can be found under Manual, User Administration. If you need any technical assistance with setting up the user administration, you may contact your local Copa Data support department, which can be found on copadata.com. Thanks for watching.